No, for real.
You're doing all the easy ones. You're leaving me with all the hard ones. I see how it is.
It's a fair trick.
Hey everyone, welcome back to drybonesgarage. This video is part of a series where my dad and I take a 63 Corvair and turn it into a hot rod. In this episode we finished wiring up the front end and the taillights back into the car. My sister decided to join us that weekend.
So we can do this one of two ways now. We can put a grommet here and shove this through, but if we take the harness out after we connect this, and I don't have that proper connector.
What is that?
This here?
Yeah.
That there is the wire for the fuel gauge that would have plugged into something, some sort of a bulkhead connector here on the trunk that we don't have. So we can use one of those weather packs and then just stuff it on the other end of this thing, which I don't necessarily like the idea of. I'm thinking we probably should. Why are you smiling like that?
Sorry, I remember one time I was filming you. Well, this time it's saying portrait, but last time, or not last time, but the time before that, it said you were an infant. The camera just insulted you.
Huh?
I remember that.
Maybe emotionally. I'm of two minds. I mean, smaller holes are better in my book, but then we lose the ability to disassemble this if we have to service it. So we probably should put a hole big enough in there to take either a single pole weather pack and then ground the tank to the bottom of the car, or a two pole and then bring the tank and ground it up in, or build that part into what's going to become our ground harness here. How do you want to do it? I'm thinking punch the hole bigger, put a weather pack right here. Ooh, if we do it that way, we can have a much smaller grommet here. If right? No, either way, or we're gonna have a bulky connector on one end or the other. Doesn't matter. We're gonna have to have a bigger ground in there, or grommet. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, so there was some kind of a something. We want the bulb actually setting back in this pocket, just barely peeking through by the look of it. So we can do that one of a couple different ways. Granted, if that's the case, we might actually be able to cut the notches that we need and just weld but that still puts that too deep. All right, let's look at what's on that 64. Is the harness still inside that thing? You didn't cut that thing, did you? Okay, let's look at that 64, what's under the frunk.
It's rusting already.
Yep.
Through the primer.
You know what? Let's take a look at those. Can we get away with these?
The taillights?
No, that's what we got these for originally, but no, for real.
So what does that mean?
I think that's our ta-da.
We can use those?
Well, then we're trusting these to be grounded to the body. And I've done absolute bare minimum as far as maintenance and repairs up here go. But yeah, those will work.
Are these the plate ones? The ones you use in parking lots? I forgot what they're called.
Parking lamps?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the way this was set up. Now, I don't know if we're gonna wire it the same. If you would kill your headlights, these would pop to bright. In other words, like the turn signal would stay on, so they'd stay bright. But these don't get that bright. And you could see probably 20, 30 feet in front of the car okay off of these. You turn the headlights on, this would go out, this would come on. It wouldn't switch to dim, it'd just go out. Then you'd have your headlight, and then if you hit high beams, you'd get both elements burning here. And I think there's only one like mega bright element, well, mega bright for the day anyways, element here. Now I'm thinking about getting LED headlamps for this thing because, you know, it's just, we couldn't see anything with the Hummer with the factory lights, and that was, you know, 2006 technology halogen bulbs. We put those LEDs in there and you can see probably farther than you can with the Hyundai with the projector beams. But you're not beaming the snot out of everybody in the Hyundai either, where the Hummer kind of throws light everywhere and it's bright. So we need to snot these up.
Snot these up?
Yeah, we need to
Steam them again?
I love
shoot.
plastic soup.
Shoot.
Now, these we need to put something here. You see the screws are gone? If we're going to try saving these.
You said something about epoxy.
Yes, and I think I threw your little wad of snot away, so. But we're going to have to, you know, add some material here. I'm figuring we'll do that with the epoxy here and here. And then we'll just re-drill the holes. And then gently, not She-Ra, like you like to do sometimes.
People seem to compliment me on my strength.
Your strength is amazing. But sometimes too much is too much. And with these, bare minimum might be at the limits, if you get what I'm saying.
We couldn't find the directional switch for the 63, so we had to dig it out of the 64. The first of the two screws was easy to take out, but I had to go back and forth grabbing different tools for the second. It also felt awkward trying to cram my wrench into an effective position. I won't lie, it was getting to me along with some other things.
Dad! Is this what you wanted me to take off?
Yeah, there should be a set screw somewhere in there. Looks like it's already out. That should just, but it's rusty. Is that spring loaded there? Putting tension on that? There it is.
You got it off?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? I didn't see.
Just pulled it.
Everything always seems to be layered on top of each other. I have to pull stuff off.
Layers on layers.
Yeah.
So much fun.
When that was finished, we cleaned the gaskets.
What you doing? Better than you, I'm still working.
Dad said we could get the grime off better with the scrubby.
So much better that looks.
We kinda got distracted in the process though.
Make me a cat.
After that, Mom came in and helped us film. She bounced back and forth, filming what we were all doing at the time.
We put nutserts in the headlight buckets. for grounds. We're running wires to ground everything across the front end of the car to the bulkhead right there next to that relay. These are supposed to ground through the body. Granted, there's a lot of cancer in the body, so this is going to be our backup. We're going to let it ground through the body if it can, but we're also adding that backup to ensure that we don't have any electrical failures in the front end of the car. Yeah, beginnings. It's not done yet, but this will get threaded in, run right through the front end of this core support across the other side. So for the most part, you're not going to see much of the wires. Once that's done, I'll start wiring up the rad fans, get that all done, get this all loomed in, and then bury this all in the actual wrap, and then anchor it back down. That'll be the front end done, and start wrapping up all the engine harness. Be finished, at least for the front end. We still work in the back end. That's what the kids are doing right now, and we're working our way to the middle. Still some more fabrication that needs to be done in there, figure out what we have to do to run wire where, and just keep looming as we go, as we figure things out and get spots anchored down for specific components and pieces. Getting closer.
If you like what you're seeing so far, please make sure to click the thumbs up button down below and subscribe to see more of this car in the future.
Doof. I don't think this is going to fit over that. I think I just fumbled. Shucky duck.
So we glued these in, and now I'm just peeling off the tape we put there to make sure that the
So they were sealed and didn't fall apart.
well, yeah, but the gunk didn't get into the little places where the bulbs are going to be.
Ta-da.
Did you get? No, you need to get this as well.
Oh. What are you? Okay, you do that then.
Oh well.
Did you break it?
No, I hope. Hopefully I didn't. I don't think so. You're doing all the easy ones. You're leaving me with all the hard ones. I see how it is.
It's a fair trade.
I don't know where the right tool is, so I'm going to use this one. I'm taking this tape off, by the way. Where's the right tool? Now, this is going to be an auxiliary ground. This is going to be our backup. It'll screw into the bottom of the headlight bucket. I put a nut zerd in it already. Headlights, markers. So that can kind of line out right here with this. I need to get this kind of all anchored and locked into place. It isn't going to be as pretty as I had hoped for, but it won't be hideous either. So we can start freeing the harness up. Still trying to determine whether or not I want this to be part of the harness. I'm guessing this will probably all go right here, and then it'll drop off on its own, but this is going to be kind of a wad of snot. We need to kind of anchor this in place where it needs to be in order to hit its points. Because this is all about to get loomed here. I still need to do the radiator and the horn. But the horn terminates over here, and that's going out that way. And the radiator is going to be dropping down out of this here and then going that way. And this is its own separate deal. And then this is the other side of the car. car. Shred the car.
So, Mom wanted to film my geniusness, and I basically found out where these go, and that was genius of me.
All by yourself.
Yes, all by myself. Alright, so you take the back of these, like this, and slip them on like this, and put them on like this, because everything is like this. The world is like this.
Different sizes for different amounts of wire. And then this will be ready to put all back together again. That said, I still have to do these fans before I get too far into this. Really, we can loom it right up to here. Probably run these out. This is going to be its own separate. But this is kind of the next headache. Once that's done, all of the engine compartment is loomed the way it needs to be. And then we'll just close it up and hopefully put all of this stuff back together again for the last time till we break it. You know, I didn't even think of that till just now.
What?
The grommets. We should put the grommets on first. And we're gonna have to cut these a little bigger than I'd like and then use some urethane to seal them back up, but that'll give us the protection we need from abrasion on the body, right? Okay, so get yourself a drill, stand to the side, dink, 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 to that step where you can see. You know, I'd probably use that and just kind of lean over it bop, 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 until you get where you need to be. That should go big enough, fast enough where you're not pushing into the body, but you're going to want to watch that too. You don't want to be cutting through the exterior of the car. Ooh, maybe not. That might be an issue. How far is that going to go? Okay, if you come at it at a slight angle, you'll be fine. But watch this. Both of you might want to be on this, or maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. I'll do this. That should do it. Come on. All right, yep, that'll work. I think what the first thing we'll do is we'll put just a little bit of that loom on these.
Yeah.
That plastic loom. That'll take up some of the space when we open these up because we're going to have to wrap them right around this connector now. And then we can kind of glue everything together with a little bit of urethane, and that should seal everything, and they'll just be peeking through when all is said and done. You're going to want to take a file and kind of clean those edges up. Or we run this through the... Can we run this through this side? Yeah, the crabby monkey. Grumpy orangutan. I don't want to make the hole any bigger. I want to take the
rough edges out.
Yeah. Ta-ra!
How'd you poke a hole through that?
I'm special. Actually, I used a nip. Is that gonna work? Didn't think of that, did you, dummy? Okay, well, we're gonna have to modify these. Gonna have to cut and cut. 2 of them. You might want to set it up a little faster than that.
I'm concerned because it seems to want to, when it bucks up and wants to hit the wires.
Where are you cutting?
There.
So I would take a flap wheel and open all of this up right down to that flange. Just kind of open this whole section up, kind of like so, if you can see it. And then test it and whittle and test it and whittle from there, okay?
I think more has to be taken off the plastic.
Do what you think's right. Pieces line out. That's what we need.
Okay.
There is something going on here, hanging up a little. Maybe take that Dremel and see if you can clean up some of this epoxy right here. This little bit right here. So that fits a little cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Smile.
Look at that. Butcher at its finest.
Yes.
We then screwed the bezels and lights in.
Any last words?
Told you I was sick.
Huh?
Snarky last words, you know. I told you I was sick.
Well, that's about it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. I also hope that you guys have a warm, beautiful spring, and we'll see you next week. Bye!
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.